we're gonna test a multicam shot. How's it going, kitty kitties? So we're gonna test the multicam shot, and yeah, we will see just how well this is working out. Can I just rest this right here? It's gonna fall off. Perfect. Definitely isn't gonna fall. That's a little terrifying. Anyway, we're just going for it. Let's try it. So I finally bit the bullet and bought a nice camera, the Sony ZV-1. I wasn't really happy with the quality of the Logitech Brio that I had, and instead of working out how to create better content, I thought I'd just put more money into equipment that I have no idea how to use. But with that said, I feel like this purchase was justified. And at the beginning of the video, hopefully you could see that there were two different cameras that I was recording with, and I was able to set them up into multiple angles. So one of the cameras was the ZV-1, and then the other camera is this cheap, crappy camcorder that I got off of Amazon. It's awful. You can tell the difference. I mean, hopefully you can tell the difference, because this Sony camera was much more expensive. So the ZV-1 is supposed to be more of a vlogging type camera, and one of the features that I was really looking for was that blurred background, which hopefully the background looks blurred in this. But anyway, I thought it would be interesting to record 4 different cameras: the Sony ZV-1, the cheap crappy camcorder, my nicer Sony camcorder that does record at 1080, and also the Logitech C930e, which is, I think, similar to the C920, which is a USB webcam for my computer that I use for, Zoom meetings or WebEx meetings, stuff like that. The Sony camcorder was fairly expensive. The Sony ZV-1 was stupidly expensive, but not awful for what you get. But as I've recorded a lot, I've noticed that there are some things that make it more challenging to record. What I like about the ZV-1 is that I can just turn it on, hit record, and it's good to go. Its focusing is quick. Its color quality is good, especially if you compare it to, say, the Logitech webcam, where its color is way off. And so I have to spend a lot of time correcting that. The quality of the image is significantly better. Compare it to the webcam or the cheap camcorder. The cheap camcorder also has a webcam sensor, so it's just not very good. And even when you compare it to the Sony camcorder, which I kind of thought would have a pretty good image, it's just not as good as the ZV-1. And the ZV-1 is 4K, so I think that makes sense. But overall, I think it's just a better device. So can I justify what I spent on it? Yeah, probably. I think this will be really handy when I'm making videos. And I like this multicam setup because I've got a bunch of outside projects that I want to work on. And sometimes it's hard to get a good shot. But I can buy some of these cheap cameras and just set them up in different locations, and it will just give me more angles, that would be more interesting. And I can use this camera to catch the high quality stuff, like maybe I'm digging into the carburetor on an engine and I want to get real close with some good quality. But yeah, one last thing I really like about the Sony ZV-1 that I don't like about the camcorder, and that is that it uses a full-size SD card. The camcorder uses a micro SD card, and when you're trying to record videos constantly and then take the card out and stick it into a card reader, micro SD cards just don't cut it. They're too small. So it's real nice that this device, even though it's compact, has a full-size SD card slot. Anyway, enough said about it. It's New Year's Eve, 12:43 in the morning. I was really just messing around with the multicam feature in Final Cut Pro, and I thought it was pretty cool, and I thought I'd just make a video about these different cameras. Anyway, I'm not going to post again this year, so Happy New Year, everybody. See you next time.